Hey everyone, I wasn't able to make it live yesterday, so I wanted to take a moment and make it live today. I am just going to take a moment as you guys get on and share this with my group so that they can see it as well. And then we will get started. This is going to be a quick tip today. Let me just, I can't talk and do this at the same time. Give me a second. Okay. There we go. Now it's shared. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you is, well, first I want to know, do you ever spin out and overwhelm? I mean, like that is probably my go-to shutdown. You know what I mean? Like when your ego gets so strong and it's like, fuck this, we're not going to do any more of this new stuff. I can't stretch anymore. It just spins out into overwhelm. And I used to struggle with that because honestly, when I first came into all of this, like mindset, spirituality stuff and whatnot, I came into it through Louise Hay, right? And she teaches, if you're not familiar with her, she teaches a lot about affirmations and using affirmations. And that I always really struggled with that in the beginning because what would happen is I would spin out into overwhelm and then I'd be trying to figure out how to affirm what I wanted so that I could somehow flip the script, as they say, and get out of this. And the problem was I was already spun out in overwhelm, right? Like I can't, my brain's already shutting down. It's already saying, I'm done, I can't do anymore. And I'm sitting here trying to think of an affirmation. How do I want to feel and how can I put that into an affirmation? And I need to make it present tense and, you know, all this stuff, right? And it was awful. And I just felt like a failure and I felt like I couldn't do this positive thinking thing, like it wasn't working for me and that sort of stuff. And what I want to share with you today is that using affirmations, while they are beneficial, and I still use them, so I'm not discrediting them or saying anything bad about them, they are coming from your mind, right? When you're creating them, at least. You're creating them from your mind, and then you're trying to speak them out with emotion. Well, when you're already spun out and overwhelmed, you don't have your mind to use. And that's okay because your mind can only work from what it's experienced thus far in this lifetime, right? So it's pretty limited. It's kind of like, it's like if you went to a library, your mind is one of the books. It's got great stuff in it, right? But it doesn't have access to the rest of the library because you've only got this one book. How you get access to the rest of the library is by asking yourself a question, because you're not truly asking yourself a question. You're asking the universe a question. You're asking your higher self a question, right? And you're pulling in from these infinite possibilities. So now all of a sudden you have access to all of the books ever created, past, present, or future. So that's my tip for you, is when you need to flip the script and you need to get out of overwhelm, don't worry about coming up with a new affirmation. Don't worry about intentionally flipping the script. Ask yourself a question to get out of it. What else is possible here? Or yesterday, I posted a question. I think I said something like, what new perspective can I have to make everything work right away? Right? Like you just want to ask yourself, what else is possible here? What else can I do? Is it time to rest? Like you can ask yourself any question, but the point is you're trying to pull in these infinite possibilities that your mind just can't give you right now. One, because it's limited, and two, because it's in overwhelm. It's shutting down and it's asking you for a break. So give it that break and step into that universal knowledge and pull in a new possibility. The other thing I want to tell you that comes into my mind as I say that to you is if you ask the question and you don't get an immediate response, I tend to be clairaudient, so I'll hear my response, but you may see it or feel it or be drawn towards something. But if you don't get an immediate response, don't worry about it. Go and do something for yourself. So you might want to check in with yourself. Are you overwhelmed because you need to go to the bathroom? I mean, like seriously, think about yourself like a 3-year-old because you get going in your life and you take on so much and you forget to address those basic needs that we used to address as a 3-year-old, you know? Do I need to go to the restroom right now? Do I need a drink of water? Do I need to eat? Do I need to sleep? Maybe you just need to sit down and watch a TV show. For me, a lot of times, if I just ask the question and then I redirect myself to something that I enjoy, even if it's like a TV show, I often don't need the whole TV show. You know, I just sit down and once my mind calms down, quiets, realizes it can go off duty, then everything else can flow in, right? Then I have access to my angels. Then I have access to that universal knowledge. And that's what I want to invite you to do as well. Okay? So comment below and let me know how you're feeling about this. Have you tried using questions before? What's a favorite question of yours? And if you're resonating with this and you really love this style, reach out to me and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Have a good day. I was going to say I'll see you tomorrow. I will. I'll commit to a live tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.